Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Gamertime Shows podcast. We are back together again. It is podcast. Oh man, what are we up to? Number 10 or something like that. But anyways, this is the Cold Hard Picks, the Lager Locks. It's your NFL Week 4 prediction show. It's going down. It is Wednesday night currently. You're hearing this probably Thursday. Everybody loves Thursday because you got the start of the week, Thursday night football. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm your host, Matt Kelly, and here's my co-host, Big Al. What's up, man?
Hey, everybody. How you doing today? It's great to be back. We're ready to roll.
Yes, sir. All right, so we've got a very nice schedule. This is the first week for a couple of teams. So they got the bye week. The first buys of the season, I believe, start on week 4. So we've got a nice slate, not a full slate, obviously, but a couple of less teams in there. Big Al, what are we starting with?
Well, the Thursday night football game starts once again at Lambeau Field in the frozen tundra, where Carson and the Philadelphia Eagles will be flying to the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, two great quarterbacks. What do you like?
Well, so this is kind of like a flip. I mean, from the beginning of the year, nobody really thought. I mean, the Packers were decent, but they didn't think that they were going to be this good on defense, and everybody thought the Eagles were going to be an well above average team, and they've kind of been around mediocrity so far this season. Now, we're still early. It's only week 4. But, you've got Aaron Rodgers, and for the Green Bay Packers, he hasn't been the most important side of the ball. It's actually been the defense for Green Bay that's really, really picked it up this year. And really is a good bright spot for the Packers so far this season that, they don't have to normally they always rely on the offense. So it's really nice for them to not have to do that this year. So the offense is doing good enough. They're playing really well. They're 3-0 so far. On the other side, you got the Eagles, who should be really realistically going in the season. You thought they were going to be 3-0, but like I said, mediocrity set in. They're actually 1-2. They had a very, very disappointing loss last week to a team they probably should have beat. Carson Wentz is, I guess he's doing okay. It could be better, could be worse, whatever. But a little bit of the drops setting in Philadelphia right now. A lot of receivers dropping the ball. Because this is in Lambeau, I'm actually going to go with the Packers to continue their good play so far this year, and that defense is really going to show up for Thursday night. So I like the Packers.
Okay, yeah, just looking at from what happened last week, Green Bay got a pretty good win versus the Vikings, and, the Broncos, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't intentional, I promise. I like, it's scary. I kind of like both teams here because Philly, the problem with them is they lost 3 more players during that Lions game, and I know they're getting Aguilar back, so that's definitely going to help the pass game and Carson Wentz. Honestly, if they wouldn't have lost those other 3 guys in the Lions game, I might have actually went with them on the road for an upset. But I think sticking with those injuries and the way the Packers are playing, I think they're just, going to be that much better at home. So I'll go with Green Bay as well.
Okay. All right. Start off with an agree.
Okay. Now we move on to the Tennessee Titans, the team that's been up and down. We don't know who's showing up. They're going into Atlanta, who, same thing with Atlanta. We don't know what team's showing up. They beat Philly at home, and then they go on the road to the Indy and lose. So, this game's a toss-up. Who do you got?
Well, I'm really having a hard time starting to, rely on Marcus Mariota. I think he is so up and down. I thought he was gonna kind of kick it into another gear here and really kind of settle in. I mean, he's on year number 5 or 6 or something right now, and he just hasn't shown what the Titans thought he was going to be. Hopefully he does something and he can reach that, but I can't trust him. I'm not liking it. So on the opposite side, Matt Ryan, he's shown what he can do in the past, and you've got the best receiver in football on that team with Julio. I just like the Falcons here, being the home team and being a stronger offensive weapon. I think the Falcons pull it out.
Okay, looks like we're gonna agree on for the second time.
Really, this is I think you've been picking the Titans a lot this year. You sure?
Yeah, just barely though. I tossed up on this one, like I said, because I don't know what team's showing up here, but if Atlanta's defense can play the way the style they did against Philly in the first half of that game, they're just gonna shut down Mariota and the boys. So, and Tennessee, they do have some weapons, and I do like their defense, but I don't think they slow down Matt Ryan and those boys that much. So yeah, just barely though. I'll take the Falcons.
Okay.
Now we got a division battle, which both these, believe it or not, both these teams are undefeated. Well, it's believable for the one. New England Patriots are heading to the cold place of Buffalo to battle the 3-0 Bills. This game could get interesting, or it could be like people expect. What do you expect in this division game?
Well, I don't know what to think of Buffalo. Their defense is a pretty good defense, but that offense and Josh Allen, I think I like Josh Allen. I think. I don't know if I can rely on him yet, and I don't think that their success offensively is going to last very long. I think that they've kind of squeaked out and they've beaten some easy teams or whatever. So going up against the defending champs and the best quarterback in the world, I think I got to go Patriots on this.
Yeah, I just, I'm 3-0 Bills. I mean, could they give Tom Brady fits? Yes, they could, but they're just one of those teams right now where I believe it now, but, if you go in and beat a team like New England, then I'd say you're pretty legit. But until I see it, I'm going to stick with New England and pick the favorite.
Okay.
So, speaking of favorites, we got a high favorite in Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Detroit, who just came off a shocking win in Philadelphia. They're at home this time, battling Mahomes and company. Does Mahomes continue this hot streak, or does it end here in Detroit with the Lions defense?
Oh, he definitely continues. This is probably, so far he's a 2-time MVP. This is what he's putting together right now is pretty insane, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon, especially against a Detroit Lions team. I don't like the Lions. Started the season off with a tie, and then they won 2 straight after that. But again, I just don't think another team here that I can't trust. I don't feel confident that they can handle business that they're supposed to. Now, that's not saying that they're supposed to win this game, because they probably should. They're probably the underdogs on this, but I definitely like what the Chiefs are doing, and I definitely can trust Pat Mahomes. So I got the Chiefs pretty much over everybody except for maybe the Patriots, but I got Kansas City easily on this.
Yeah, once again, I have to agree with you, Matt. Mahomes he's not afraid of anything. Like, he'll go on the road to Pittsburgh or New England or, the Saints or, wherever. He's not afraid to go on the road. So he's going to lead that team into Detroit with a victory. And the Lions might put up a fight early, but I think Kansas City pulls away at the end and makes it not as much of a game. So I like the Chiefs.
Okay.
Now, this one is another up and down one where I'm like, I like them both, but which team's going to show up? I want to see more. The Raiders and Johnny Gruden going to heading east to Indianapolis, where they're battling the Colts. And the Colts, like I said, I feel both these teams are up and down, so another game that can go either way. Who do you like, Raiders, Indy?
I think I'm gonna go with the Colts. I think I just like the Colts because they're at home. Comfy confines there, indoor stadium, but I do feel good about the Colts defense and the Colts offensive line and stuff like that. The only issue is probably their run game, which is surprising because they've got one of the better young running backs in football with Marlon Mack. But Jacoby Brissett is actually playing pretty decently. And of course you got T.Y. Hilton and stuff like that, but I can't say pretty much anything that I like other than Jacobs for the Raiders. The Raiders just aren't there yet. I don't know if they're going to be anytime soon. They're drafting pretty decently, but that takes a while. So right now I think the Colts are definitely the better team, and since they're at home, it just makes it easier to pick. So I like the Colts.
All right. If we were picking this game based off of head coaches, I'd have to go with the Raiders. But we're not, and we're picking the actual game with the team. So
right.
The Colts just beat the Falcons, who the Falcons beat the Eagles, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And the Raiders, they beat the Broncos the first week, and they've been struggling ever since.
Right.
So considering the Colts beat Atlanta and the Raiders are just finding themselves, especially around Josh Jacobs. Sorry, Gruden, I gotta go with the Colts.
Oh, okay.
And the LA Chargers, who I heard just may have gotten back Melvin Gordon, and maybe not for this week, but maybe for the next week after that. We'll go to the Miami Dolphins, who I think only God can help them now. So, who do you like in the Chargers-Miami game? You spell an upset?
No, I don't. You're right about the Dolphins. They need all the help they can get, and I'm not even sure God's looking at them on this one. They're a pretty sad team right now. The Chargers are actually underperforming so far this season, but I just think the Dolphins are that bad. I think the Chargers could show up and probably play like 70% and still pull out the win on this. I don't know pretty much what you said. I'm not sure if Melvin Gordon's going to play. I know that. Breaking news, by the way, Melvin Gordon said that he's going to rejoin the Chargers practice. What did he say? He said Thursday, I think? Tomorrow?
Sometime this week, yeah.
Yeah, sometime this week. He knows the playbook, nothing's changed, so there isn't too much of a learning responsibility there. So I think that he he should be able to come, as long as he's in shape. He should be able to come in if he's available. But yeah, I'm unsure of what this does for the running backs in LA. With Austin Eckler there, Eckler's having a crazy good season so far. So I mean, I do think Melvin Gordon's the stronger talent, but it's hard to, just bench a guy or take carries away from a guy who's playing so well. But yeah, obvious pick here, Chargers by a good bit.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can listen closely with your ears, I want you all to listen to this sound real quick for me.
Ooh, what was that?
And there it was, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you heard that click, but that's the sound of Big Al's first cold, hard pick of the season.
Nice.
We are colder than the Rockies, and this is the game of one of my cold, hard picks that I have to go with. That's cold, hard fact that the LA Chargers, without Melvin Gordon, without Phillip Rivers, they could have the whole second team in there. They're going to go into Miami. They're going to take care of business big time. Miami Dolphins, God bless. Maybe you'll win one game at the end of the year, but not against these Chargers. They're going to be charging right at you, so you better be ready. I like the Chargers in this one as my first cold, hard pick.
Wow. All right.
So we got that. Now, the Washington Redskins, who seems to get beat pretty often these days, are going to MetLife Stadium to battle the Giants, but the Giants will not have Saquon Barkley. What do we see in this division matchup? Redskins at Giants.
Woo! Oh yeah, cold hard lager picks right here, baby. This is a definite one. The New York Football Giants are going to easily win this football game over the Washington Redskins because of one reason and one reason only. And you know what that is, Big Al?
What's that, Matthew?
Danny Dimes. Mr. Daniel Jones has arrived. He is here. He is the second quarterback taken in the NFL draft. The surprise pick that nobody saw coming from out of Duke. He's here and he's taken over the whole city of New York. That's right, the New York Giants will beat the Washington Redskins.
Well, Matthew, as much as this is not one of my other cold, hard picks, but I do agree with you. Even without Saquon Barkley, I think the Giants get the win at home, and this is the first time Danny Dimes is going to start he's been starting, but last week, but this is the first time he's going to make a start at home, so I think the team rallies around him and gets the division win. I like the Giants.
Okay. Lager locks.
You're in for a treat, people. It's all going to be all year now, so get it. Just as excited as we are, so we're ready to bring that to you every week. Moving on, we have another division game in our hands. The team that you said was going to beat the Rams last week, the Cleveland Brownies, are going to have to face their division rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, and Lights Out Jackson. What do you think? Baker and Lamar are going at it.
Lights out Jackson, huh? Well,
Yeah.
okay, well, Lamar Jackson's playing really well. He's put up numbers. There is one number that last week that he put up that wasn't so great, and that he put up over 40 passes and had a 50% completion percentage. That's a lot of throws, and that's a very kind of under average, below average percentage there for that many throws, definitely. Of the throwers of the football, I think that Baker is the better thrower of the football. He's got the better weapons to throw to as well. The defense I would give to Baltimore, but the Cleveland Browns do have a solid defense led by Myles Garrett. This game is in Baltimore. So I think that I will go with the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. I can't quite give that much more information on it because I'm not quite sure what exactly will do it. Maybe this is a defensive struggle. I'm not sure. But I have Baltimore. You know what? I know why. It is because the Cleveland Browns are very disappointing so far this year. And I think that they are going to go further down before they can try and come back up. So I think that the Ravens will feast on the division rivalry here, and it's starting to look like these might be the two best teams by the end of the year in this division. So I'm going to go with Baltimore, though.
Okay. I like this. I think this will be a closer game than people think, and they're just. I think Lamar's gonna have a nice game. But I'm gonna go with Baltimore, but I'm gonna go with that because of the statistics, and believe it or not, I never really believe in statistics, but in this case, I'll go for it for once. But the Cleveland Browns, the last 10 games to Baltimore, if I read correctly, are either 1-9 or actually 0-10 on our last trips to Baltimore. So just having the Browns go on the road like that, and having that type of record in Baltimore, I had to take the Ravens at home.
Okay.
Moving on to the Carolina Panthers, who lost Cam maybe for a couple of weeks now, and who has this guy named Kyle Allen that I didn't hear of until last week. Just put up a show in Arizona, and but now he's traveling to a Houston team who, just beat the Chargers, and they put up a fight against the Saints. So Deshaun Watson again, man, we talk about him all the time. He's at home this week. Do you like Kyle Allen to go in again strong, or do you like the Texans at home?
No, Kyle Allen's going to fail. This is just blunt honesty here. This kid he played well against an Arizona team that isn't very good. And, the defense has a lot of work there in Arizona, but I don't think Kyle Allen is going to be anything in this league. And I think the Panthers are really, really struggling. Christian McCaffrey is probably the only bright star for them right now, and he's going to probably put up numbers in this game. But I think that Houston is the definite better team here. I like Deshaun Watson a lot, and of course, there's J.J. Watt's there and other talent and whatnot. But, I like Houston at home.
Okay. Well, after the performance I saw with Allen in the last game, I'm thinking, man, can they do it again in Houston? Got McCaffrey rolling. He's going to be a hard one to stop. They got some receivers there, but the Houston Texans, I don't like them, but they do have Deshaun Watson, who's playing great, and I don't think that defense is as good as they were a couple years ago, but I think they get to this rookie guy and take a home win. I like the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Now we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go to the Coliseum in L.A., where they have a tough opponent in the Rams. Tampa Bay, they're just looking for any type of upset. So do you see it this weekend in the Coliseum?
So Mike Evans finally decided to show up for Tampa Bay, and I think that's Jameis Winston's favorite target for the Buccaneers. So he had a huge game, 190 plus, and I think 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns. He had a big game last week. I think there's going to be a little bit of that rolling. That connection should thrive a little bit more, but I don't think he puts up that type of game. That was kind of like a career high for him. But the Rams are a little bit of a question mark for me, because I feel like I'm not. Maybe they're holding back, or I feel like I don't see what I saw last year. I feel like last year they were clicking on all cylinders, and I don't really see that so far this year. I mean, they are 3-0, so whatever they're doing is working. But this is a team that's coming off of a tough loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I think that they've got that going for them as far as like motivation. But I think that they've come out of the gates just a little bit slowly. I could see them picking it up a little bit more as the season continues. But I like the Rams at home, definitely. I think they play better in sunny California. And Tampa Bay is just not quite there. Same thing about Mariota with Winston. I can't trust him. And so I like LA at home.
It's a fair argument. I mean, and Tampa Bay, which last week I thought was gonna help my win streak here in the pool, but they missed on a 34-yard field goal that would have beaten the Giants. And the Rams, the Browns put up a fight. I will give them that. They put up a fight against the Rams, but in the end, the Rams took that one. I think they just come home and start playing a little bit better against Tampa Bay, so I like the Rams.
Okay.
Now we're moving on to a team that was kind of a shocker last week in terms of their win-loss. The Seattle Seahawks are going into Arizona to face Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Got 2 mobile quarterbacks here that can run, Kyler and Russell. Who comes out of that matchup between the 2 quarterbacks?
Well, the better quarterback right now is Russell Wilson, but I think that Kyler Murray has a chance to have a better career. I think that he just definitely more gifted physically, a lot quicker. I think it looks to me like he might have the better power in his arm. He's the way he's able to flick it and just kind of like nothing, kind of has that Aaron Rodgers type of flick. You don't see that in a lot of quarterbacks. But Russell Wilson's probably the better quarterback right now, and the Cardinals, just they're not there yet. They've got a decent future, and I feel like they've hung tight in a couple of these games here, but they just haven't been able to put it together. Maybe like a division rivalry and being at home could be enough motivation to kind of step it up and finally get one. But I don't know if that's a good enough reason to kind of take them in this one. So I'm going with the Seahawks, but I think this could be a close game.
Yeah, I can see your point. Colder than the Rockies. What was that sound, folks? Oh, folks, when you hear that sound, colder than the Rockies, that means it's time for Big Al's second cold hard pick of the night. The Seattle Seahawks are gonna take it to the Cardinals. Come on, people. Russell Wilson, everybody, Carson. You got Lockett. You got DK Metcalf. Just give it to him right now. It's a lockdown. Seattle over Arizona. That's my second cold, hard pick of the night. I agree with you, Matty.
Wow.
So, yeah, just gotta go with them again. Here's another fun division game. Last week, Minnesota Vikings got a home win, and now they're going to be traveling to the Chicago Bears. And that team...
The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
The Bears.
And the Bears just tore up that offensive line of the Redskins Monday night. So, even though they're on one game, they coming off a Monday night, so they have a day less to prepare. Who do you like for their division rivals, Minnesota at Chicago?
Well, I need to tell the fans, if we have any fans, tell the fans that I would like to, what's the word I'm looking for? Admit to my fault here. I said before the season started that the Chicago Bears would not be the same defense that they were last year for a couple of reasons. Vic Fangio, their defensive coordinator, taking a head coaching job in Denver and him leaving. Their schedule getting harder, much harder than it did last year. Just a couple of reasons why I thought that the Chicago Bears defense was going to take a step back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am wrong. Okay? The Chicago Bears are probably the best defense in football right now. They are flying to the ball. They are penetrating every offensive line they've seen so far. Their linebackers are faster than your running backs. Khalil Mack is a complete terror.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan. They are incredible linebackers, the best linebackers in football right now. I love how good that defense is, and I'm completely wrong at what I said a couple of weeks ago to start the season because I thought they were going to take a step back. But yeah, I like the Bears in this one, and the Vikings are a solid team, could be a playoff team, but as of right now, I don't have them in my playoffs. But the Chicago Bears, I definitely do, and that defense is scary.
Yeah, Matty, they're as what they used to be called, monsters of the Midway.
Right.
They're back, boys and girls, and I would just hate for anyone to go up against that defense. And I know Dalvin Cook can run, and I think Chicago is going to slow him down and force Kirk Cousins to throw the ball. And he does have some nice receivers in Thielen and Diggs, but it's up and down for me, Matthew, but I got to go with the Bears.
Yeah, okay.
Now we got the Gardner Minshew of the Jacksonville Jaguars is going to be flying way high into the Mile High Stadium and facing this surprisingly underachieving defense of the Denver Broncos that I thought would be better than what they've been showing. Do you think they turn around at home against Jacksonville?
Look, let me say this. So we have we have our a couple of our cases of due bets that we have, which we need to check up on the Phillies and Yankees because I'm not sure where that one stands. But
pretty sure I'm still winning that one.
Okay. But another one of our bets was that the Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys would battle it out for most team sacks and who would have the lead at the end of the season. I am off to an extremely disappointing start. One that I would never in a million years have seen coming. So far in the first 3 weeks, the Denver Broncos have none.
Wow.
0. Yeah. Extremely disappointing. Von Miller with none and Bradley Chubb with none is just not how you wanted the season to start. But the weird thing is that I heard a stat that the Denver Broncos have 0 sacks and 0 interceptions, but yardage-wise, they are the 6th best defense in football.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that is like a hidden gem of how good Vic Fangio is as a defensive coach, because you know he's got his footprint on this defense. They're stopping teams from moving the ball. It's just there's no turnovers. There's no negative plays out there at all. The defense is just very vanilla, and we need to make some plays. We need to make some highlights. Guys need to take a little bit more of a risk or something like that. I don't know, but something needs to change in Denver, and I feel like as soon as it does, as soon as that defense clicks, we're going to start winning games. And that doesn't mean that our offense is amazing, because, hey, it's not. I am all aboard the trade Joe Flacco train or release Joe Flacco train. Whatever train it is, I am on it. This Broncos team is looking ugly, and I have the Jaguars defense coming in, and probably at this point I see the Broncos maybe with like anywhere from 0 to 6 points. This is not going to be good looking for Denver, and I see the crowd being very quiet most of the game, and probably exiting towards the doors midway through the fourth quarter.
Well,
I got the Jaguars, if you didn't notice.
I believe so. Now look, Matthew, first of all, if I was a fan of the Denver Broncos and you're talking about leaving early, I'm sorry, but I would want to get my money's worth, even if they lost 100-0.
Well, yeah, sure, but you got to understand that that's not the normal opinion of an everyday football fan. Like people leave all the time.
That you're right. I can't argue with that. Now you were talking about our second case of due bet, and yes, you do have the slow start of no sacks by one of the greatest linemen or linebackers or whatever you want to call him position-wise, Von Miller, that we've ever seen.
Right.
I agree, he's one of the best, and Bradley Chubb can be an upcoming one of the best, but we're not far behind you either. I think we only have like about 3 or 4 sacks ourselves, and this is talking about a Cowboys line that kept like 9 or 10 defensive linemen, thinking that we can just rotate players in there, and we also have one of the best linemen in the NFL, DeMarcus Lawrence. We haven't seen him too much lately, and now we just got Robert Quinn back, and neither one of them could put up a sack against the Dolphins. Actually, I think Quinn did have a sack, but between the two, it was just one. So, we're not far behind you there, but So a little bit of a disappointing start to our defenses, but yeah, I think their defense is a little too much for your offense, and I think Minshew will find the end zone two times this game. I like the Jaguars.
Okay.
And now we move on to the Sunday night football game. Oh, Sunday night. So, waiting all day for Sunday night. Matt, we only got 2 picks left, and we still can't disagree.
I was gonna say we agreed on all of them, huh?
Yeah, so far. When the Sunday night game is down in New Orleans, where America's team, Dallas Cowboys, 3-0, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, and the boys traveling to Teddy Bridgewater, New Orleans Saints. That's scary to say. Could go either way in this one, but you like the Saints at home?
So they played well last week. I can't remember who they played against, but they played well, and I believe they got the win. And
beat Seattle.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a solid team, solid win. I think that was a little bit of luck. I don't know. I don't feel like that can happen again. Now they are at home, so New Orleans is a very good home crowd. So I think that'll keep them in the game. But I have the Cowboys probably maybe like a 31-27 score, something like that. I just think that Dak is playing so far. He's off to the best start of his career. He's he's a top 3, probably the 3rd best quarterback in football right now. I'd say Mahomes 1, Brady 2, and then either Dak or Jackson, 3 and 4 right there. But I think Dak is right there, not far behind Brady, and he's playing really, really well, and I don't see him slowing down. I mean, he's what is it, over 70%, I think, completion percentage for the season. So yeah, I really like the Cowboys and how they're playing so far this year. So I got the Cowboys in this one.
Wow. I was talking to family, friends, coworkers, whoever about this game, and I'm thinking, gosh, it's hard to win in New Orleans. But let me give you a little stat. The New Orleans Saints have been giving up at least 20 points a game this year.
Right.
And the way the Cowboys' offense looks, they've been putting up at least 30 points a game. And I understand, folks, they're playing the Dolphins, they're playing the Redskins, they're playing the Giants. I understand. I get it. But you still got to play the game. And the way he's playing, it's hard to stop him right now. And yes, the Cowboys defense has been struggling, not entirely much, but not to what I actually expected.
Right.
I think the Saints will put up some points. Michael Thomas is still there. You got Jared Cook, some of them boys. What's the running back?
Kamara.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just think.
Good.
I was just gonna say, I just think that the Cowboys' offense is really, really rolling right now. So as soon as they put a couple of touchdowns on the board, and the Saints get the ball, I think that the Saints' offense is so limited right now that I think that they're going to struggle to keep up, really. I think they're going to struggle to put the ball in the end zone. Kamara is a great talent, and the receiver, what's the receiver's name? I can't remember the big time receiver.
Michael,
But I'm sorry.
Michael Thomas?
Yes, Michael Thomas. He's two great talents right there, but I just don't know that Bridgewater and what's it, Magnum? What's the guy's name? Taylor. I can't.
Yeah, you're pretty close to it.
Yeah, I can't remember the backup's name, but he gets a lot of playing time, is what I hear. I just think So. I don't think the Saints will be able. I don't think their offense will be able to keep up when they compare to the Cowboys' offense.
Okay, and I feel like, as with that point spoken, I think all the Cowboys' defense has to do is get a couple sacks and get just a little bit more stops than them, and with that offense, they should win that game. Not easy, definitely not easy, but I'll take the Cowboys as well on the road.
Alrighty.
Now, Matthew, we're down to our last game, Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? A Monday Night Party. Boy, I miss Hank.
Oh yeah.
Now, Matt, if we have to agree on this game too, I might just, I don't know what I'll do, but. Well, let's see. Let's say it's going to be in Pittsburgh, and the Bengals, who are really disappointing me right now, they have to go to Pittsburgh without Big Ben, without Connor, maybe without some others. You see Mason Rudolph just taking over this team now, and maybe this is, even though they're 0-3, they lost in San Francisco, maybe this is a start for them to get back on the winning track. Who do you like, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh?
Well, I would say I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but it's going to be a little bit more than short. So I'm going to keep this medium and sweet. Okay? The Cincinnati Bengals are a bad football team.
All right.
Plain and simple. The Pittsburgh Steelers are off to a rough start. Their quarterback looked kind of decent. It looked at times. He had a beautiful bomb down the sideline for a touchdown. Being at home, the friendly confines for Juju, and I think if Connor plays, but the young quarterback at home is recipe for a little bit of success and comfortability there. So I like the Steelers.
Well, as you mentioned just a few seconds ago, the Bengals, I honestly thought they would beat the freaking Buffalo Bills, but no. They actually made it a closer game than I thought, and they lost by 4. And that was to an undefeated team. Now they're facing the 0-3 Steelers. Let me get back to college for a second. The Mason Rudolph and James Washington were college teammates at Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
I say like they have a good connection. Once again, they're gonna get it going again, and it's gonna start this Monday night. I didn't know who the running back is after Connor, but Mason Rudolph and James Washington.
You know who they have?
Who's that?
Their backup running back is the Kentucky running back that tore up Penn State in the bowl game.
Oh, not him.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but yeah.
Okay, well, I think that guy will probably have a decent game against the Bengals defense run game. Like I said, even if they try to shut down Juju, Rudolph's got his favorite weapon from college and James Washington on that team. So I think they hook up for 2 touchdowns, maybe 100 yards, and they beat the Cincinnati Bengals to get off to the first win of the season.
Well, it looks like we picked all the same picks.
Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. Like I said, I honestly could have went a couple ways with these games. Like, Could I go for an upset in Buffalo? I could, but I just don't trust them enough yet. You know, Philly, it seems they're desperate for a win to stay in, even though it's early in the season. But there is still a lot of football, so even if they lose, I think they still definitely are in it. But so that's what I'm thinking. Like, I could have went with Philly for an upset, but it's hard to go against Rodgers.
Right.
So I'm sticking with the picks.
Okay. All right, people. There you go with another week down, and another full slate of games coming right at you, starting tomorrow night or tonight, whenever you listen to this. If you loved our show, hit like, hit the subscribe there on YouTube at Gamertime Shows. The same for Twitter. We're on Twitter at Gamertime Shows. You can get on there and yell at us. You can do whatever you want. If you got an idea for the show that you want us to tackle, you can email us at gamertimeshows@gmail.com. That's always available. I check it every day for some whatever tips you guys want to send our way. Advertisers. We are, of course, looking to advertise once again. We've got plenty of slates to throw you in. Whatever it is, no matter the business, we're there, and we can do what you need. So, again, that's gamertimeshows@gmail.com. So, for me, I appreciate all the people working hard to make this thing happen, because we are here. It is Wednesday night, and we are ready for the football week to start. We've had a rough 2 days. It's been Tuesday and Wednesday with zero football, and I can't handle it. Big Al, take me to some football.
Yes, well, just on the topic of football, I don't know if anybody watched college out there, but last week I was pretty embarrassed. The fact that the Washington State Cougars were battling Chip Kelly's UCLA Bruins, and mind you, Washington State was ranked 19th and UCLA was not ranked. UCLA averages 14 points a game, and so that's surprising with Chip Kelly. But can I mention that the Washington State Cougars were up 32 points in the third quarter. Their quarterback threw for 556 yards and 9 touchdowns, and they lost the game.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
I just don't understand that. I just don't understand how that happens. What the heck's Mike Leach doing? He's acting like a Leach right now. That's just unbelievable. You can't just lose like that at home. Come on.
And there you go. We're gonna send it off with that, with Big Al's complaints. We should end the show every week with something that Big Al just tears into somebody about.
And that's just ridiculous. Anyone else think this is ridiculous? Friday nights are meant for high school football, not college. Penn State this week is going to be on Friday night. No one's looking forward to that. We want to see them on Saturday. What's going on? Penn State, Maryland. Oh, boy. I don't know about you, but why Friday?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, we'll see, man. It's a Maryland got off to a hot start and just recently lost a disappointing one, so I think Penn State's still hanging in there. So I like their chances, but yeah. All right, man. So once again, people, I appreciate all your likes, all your subscribes, all your love. So Big Al, say peace.
Peace, people.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.